what? You want to fight crime? Let's get dangerous.
And yes, it is time for the show. And welcome on in. Welcome to another episode of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher. And happy belated Christmas to every one of you here. Hopefully your Christmas day went well. I won't talk about mine, but we are here. We're back here on another Saturday for another episode here. So let's get right down to some brass tacks here. Get the business end of the stuff out the way before we get into it and give some people some time to come on in and get settled in. So on that note, we're going to say that Stupid O'Clock still happens 1 hour into our show here. That's if we go into a full second hour. That's going to be dependent up to you on tonight here. That is then followed up by Last Man Standing at 1 a.m. Eastern. Then you get that respite that you always need until Monday morning, until you have Nicholas Talkert and Nevermind the Furthermore at 10 a.m. Eastern. And let us not forget that Comic Book Spectrum will be off again next Thursday. So you don't have to worry about Comic Book Spectrum next Thursday. The show will be back on the 7th of January. So remember, 7th of January, we'll be back at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. And on that note, we are back. And I know what you guys are looking forward to. Oh, we got comic book pickups this week. But we got to do it in 2 segments here. So without further ado, we got people watching now. Without further ado, here we go. New comic book pickups for the week here. Now, I got about a half a box of books that I have not, if I can say catalog, because I'm not certain if I'm going to keep or not. And then I got another box and a half of books that I have already cataloged and put in my personal collection. So we're going to start with the books that I might not keep in my personal collection and may end up either on Whatnot or Acclaim sale very soon here. So we're going to start off with Conan and the Demons of Katai, issue number 3 of 4. So this is part of a limited series here. So this is a Conan book here from Dark Horse Comics here. And then we got another, this is Conan the Cimmerian, issue number 5 from Dark Horse. Now, mind you, these are books that I might not end up keeping in my PC here. We got Conan the Cimmerian number 7. That's pretty nice. This one I'm still debating if I'm going to keep or not here, because I'm not a really big fan of Walking Dead, but I know other people are. But we got Walking Dead 152. It's pretty nice and pretty. And we got some more stuff that that's not really a part of something that I really collect, but we got Constantine Hellblazer number 49 and number 55 for John Constantine Hellblazer here. And we already got the comics already going here. So we got Mr. Sanchez, welcome on in. And welcome in, Mr. Julio. Welcome on in. Another book that I'm probably not going to end up keeping is Green Lantern Mosaic #1. So these might be on claim sales later on or on my whatnot store soon. Ultimate Fantastic Four #35. And we got Aaron here. So Aaron's here. We got Red Lantern #9. For those who are a Star Wars fan, we got Darth Vader #5. Now, these are books that I haven't made up my mind if I'm going to attempt to keep or not. Spartan, the Warrior Spirit #1 from Image. It's like purchase 3 short boxes filled today. I got it from a friend and just streamed for 2 hours going through the boxes. Wow. Well, I don't think I have that many, but it feels that way. But we're going to get through everything that came in this week here. So far, I'm not about like a quarter way through the half a box of stuff that I might not keep. Yeah, a lot of not your favorite characters. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Depending on where I get the books, a lot of this stuff happens here. We got Soviet Super Soldiers #1. That's in my might not keep pile. Darkhawk #32. This one I think I already have, so this might be more or less expendable than do not want. But that's the second volume of Hercules, Prince of Power #2. And then Batman 414. You guys, that's a no-brainer. This one is still up for debate here. Tales of the Legion of Superheroes 327. Then we got Cap, Iron Man, the Civil War Casualties of War one-shot event. Then we got the IDW Transformers #5 or DW Transformers #5. This is kind of like being debated. And we got a Batman #2 from Rebirth. You know where that's going to go. I'm not certain if I already have one, but here is Avengers 380. Captain America #9, The Extremist Part 3 of 5. I don't think I collected this run of Captain America at all. Oh, here's another one. Swamp Thing, Future State Swamp Thing #2. So I know Swamp Thing fans might be, chomping at the bit if I let that go. And where is Parallax where she could go, boo, D-rated X-Men? I mean, what I got, Batman, in other words. Yep. There it is, Alpha Flight #26. And we got the Alien, The Adventures of the Alien 468. For those who don't know, the Alien, that's Superman. This one is up in the air because this is definitely not Bruce, but this is the next Batman season. The next Batman Second Son #1. So this is dealing with Lucius Fox's son. Surprisingly enough, Amethyst Princess of Gem World may not make it to my personal collection, and that's issue #3. I definitely have a copy of this in my collection already, maybe a couple of copies of this, but there it is, Avengers 100 from the Heroes Return volume. Legion 31. There it is. Fantastic Four #60, Legacy 489. I believe I already have one of those here. Now, these two are not necessarily on the chopping block. I just don't know if I have enough of the soul run of this particular character, and that is Daredevil number 1. And this is Daredevil number 26. So that is in the box of, I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not. So that's just part 1 of new comic book pickups for this week, because there's a lot of books that came in here. So that's about a little bit over a half a box there. Now we got about a box and a half right here of stuff that had already been cataloged here. Welcome on in, Purple Power. Glad that you're here. Oh, from France. Glad that you're here. So the very first book for the stuff that had been cataloged, we got a blank of Wonder Woman Conan. So that means that there's a opportunity for commissions right here. So that's a keeper. I got a better copy of Ultimate Fallout 4, the facsimile. And you know it's the facsimile because the Marvel is red. So that's not the original. The first printing, Marvel has no background on it. It is the same color as the Ultimate Fallout. It's on a black background. But if you see the red one, that's not the original. That is the facsimile. Then we got some good old-fashioned X-Men right here. We got X-Men 137. This is an extra, but it's still going to be in the keep pile. Already cataloged. Lady Death, Blasphemy Anthem, issue 2 of 2. So I need to find issue 1 of this. But there is the Lady Death here. We got some old school Thor 295. Some classic Thor. And she's still not here. And even with her not being here, this one is an actual key issue here. Surprisingly or not, even though Parallax will boo it. Alpha Flight number 17 from volume 2. Why is this a key? Because this is the first appearance of Big Hero 6. So those who watch the Big Hero 6 movies on Disney and everything, their first appearance was in Alpha Flight volume 2, issue number 17. So yeah, that's a keeper here. We got some old school Eternals number 4. Trying to keep the glare out for people to see everything here. And I finally got one of these here. I got to definitely get it pressed because there's like a little bit of an indentation there and an indentation here. But it looks like somebody tried to press it one time, but I'm probably going to end up getting this graded. We got Shazam number 1. And this is a so-called key issue because it retells the origin of Captain Marvel, or DC's Captain Marvel. Something to my liking is the swimsuit variant of Gotham City Sirens Volume 2. And something that will make Elaine kind of jealous again, because this is my second copy of this. Marvel Spotlight 32. First Spider-Woman. Well, I should say first Jessica Drew Spider-Woman. And then for the person that was up here talking about was doing the I Lie Popeye, we got a Popeye comic book right here. Popeye Hospitality, Recreation, and Careers here. I believe that this is issue 6 of that series. So this was like a specialized series that they did with Popeye, showing all these different careers and everything. So this is issue number 6. We got Spider-Gwen number 4. And then we got a second printing of Silk number 1. And then we got Ghost Spider number 9. So some pretty nice books so far. Then we got the Francesco Mattina. This is Astonishing X-Men #3. Let me put all of this down off to the side here. Now, the next book is in my grading pile because I'm still on the hunt for an actual 9/8 of this. And this is going to be close. I ended up getting another Sensational She-Hulk #1 from Volume 1. And that one is going to be graded pile. Because again, I'm trying to get a 9/8 of that. And it looks like Parallax is here. We hear. You already missed your booing opportunities and your ranting. We showed 2 books that you was going to rant over, but I will show one of those 2 books again that you're going to have your rant over. If I could find it real quick. It should have been sitting right on top, towards the top here. Where did it go? There it is. We said that you're going to say boo to this one here. You're going to boo that one. And that is the first appearance of Big Hero 6. All because it is. And I understand that. I get it. So, continuing on, I got another Vampirella #0. And this is Showcase 94 issue #6 featuring the Huntress. Then I was able to luck out to get this one very, very, very cheap here. Goddess Mode #1. Still don't know what it's all about here. Got another copy of Wonder Woman 81. It may be up for grabs a little bit later. I don't know. Same thing with this one. Gen 13 #15 from Volume 2. And then we got Jughead 322. To be quite honest, I kind of pictured that this could actually happen to Parallax here. Signing autographs like that. Like that caption here. Then we got Superior Spider-Man Volume 2 #1 with the Stan Lee, memorial of Stan Lee right there. See, it's like, am I lying? Am I lying? It's like I can see that happening to you. You up here signing autographs like that. Because of the similarity to the caption here. This one, I kind of wish the spine was a little bit better because it got like a little bitty, if I could show it to you a little bit better. But it is it's a semi-decent copy of it. I kind of wish it was better because we have that little bit there and that right there. But it is a 100-page giant of Adventure Comics 416. Now, this is a all-female Adventure Comics 100-page giant. It has all female stories here. And we have like a Wonder Woman story, a couple of Supergirl stories. We even have a Phantom Lady story up in there as well. So this was a good get for the way that it was presented. However, outside of what I showed you, it's not in the condition of which I would go ahead and get it preserved here. If worse comes to worse, I would do it, but probably not. This one might be on a selling block soon here because I think it's my 4th or 5th one. But we got Batgirl and the Birds of Prey Rebirth #1. another copy of Huntress #1 from year 1. We got, I think this is first appearance of Forge. Uncanny X-Men 184. First appearance of Forge, another copy of that. I think I have that one graded as well already, so it is what it is. And then one of my more favorite books here. Oh, I didn't notice that within the cover. It definitely needs a press then. When Rachel Summers becomes the second Phoenix here. Issue 199. And everybody say it along with me. It is lenticular time. One of my favorite lenticulars too. This is She-Hulk 159, the lenticular. I believe that this is my second one of these here. I don't remember how many I have in storage, but I know I have at least one. But there's the 159 lenticular. Got another Catwoman #1. This one is just going to go into storage here. I don't think this one beats the one that I had already selected to get graded. I finally got an issue of Love and Rockets. We got Love and Rockets 27. It's still not the very, very beginning of the series here, but we might slowly end up getting all of those here. This one should make Beanie happy. Because why? It's one of those harder books to find, but I got one. Issue #1 of Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, or the Mesozoic Tales series. But I think this is where Kitchen Sink released it as Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. But this is issue #1. And then I got my second copy of this here, which is Conan #59. This is the origin of Bellet. So this is a classic one. I still haven't got first appearance of Red Sonja, and I still haven't got the first appearance of Bellet, but this is the origin of Bellet. This is the second key in the whole run dealing with Bellet. Yep, everybody say yay, and then yeah, it's like I like that Kitchen Sink issue. Yep. And then for those who are Dave Stevens fans, here you go. This is not the best version of it because I was looking over it. It got a few spine ticks. It got a little bit of a spine roll to it, but there it is. Alien Worlds #2, one of the books that people go goo goo gaga over for some reason, but there it is. That came this week. We're going to put some more of these books off to the side here. We're about halfway through this box and a half here. I'm going to do the next set as a group here. And believe it or not, I believe the only thing I'm missing from this set here is issue 4. And that is the original Lady Mechanica run. Surprisingly enough, and this is when I start doing the research and everything. And let me go to the CLZ app on this here, because I didn't realize what I actually had, because I thought this was just like another side set, because like I said, I'm pretty fresh to the Lady Mechanica series here, but this is the part of the original series that Joe Benitez ran way back when. So give me 1 second here, pulling it up here. So this one right here, first print issue 0. The #1 is third print from that very first series. Issue 2 is third print from that first series. And then the issue 3 is a first printing. So I am missing issue 4 out of this. There, 4 and 5, I should say, 4 and 5 with that series. But it's weird that I came across these. It was being sold, and I got them. I thought it was one of the other side series, because getting the original series it was very hard to come by, and I kind of lucked into them. After they arrived, I realized what I had. So continuing on. We got from Gen 13 Magical Drama Cream, Roxy #1, and that's the manga cover. And that's the manga version cover of that here. I know some people already got it. That was just one that I didn't have, and that's the Dynamic Forces version of it. I just realized that's the Dynamic Forces cover too. And here's the other one. Here we got All Crime Comics. I believe that this is, I want to say it's either Tim Sale, but it reminds me so much of Darwin Cook, but I believe it's Tim Sale. All Crime Comics. This one is a bit pricey now, but I got it for a decent price. And when I say for a decent price, we're talking about under $40, way under, about like half of that. But that book, in some circles, just costs way too much. Now, this set here, I think I made a killing, because for the low price of $25, low price of $25 here, we ended up getting Marvel Knights Electro 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So the first 18 in this Electro run for the low price of $25. Can't beat it with a stick here. And the last of this box is pretty much going to deal with a series that I know some people may not like, but I love it. And I really am happy now to say that I have this series without missing a issue until maybe issue 106 or 105 or something like that. But let's go ahead and do it. And before I say it again, your copy of this issue is still safe. This is another one. That's why I kept asking you what else you need. I've got another Film Force #1. Was able to find it and buy it. Instead of paying the upcharge for this, I got it for about $8. So I got another one. So that makes one that I got to get graded, one that I got to send to Parallax, and this one, well, one that I already have graded, which is I believe it's a 9.0 or 9.2. Another one that's about to get, that I'm going to send to get graded, one that I got to send to Parallax, and this new one. So that makes 4. So the one I'm sending to Parallax is go away, so that makes it 3. I have 3 total. Got another copy of issue #7. And then another copy of issue #10. And then this is where we get the Holy Glow here, because these are the books that I've been looking for the longest to get the first 100 taken care of. Now, these books, if you go on the secondary market, be prepared to pay a lot of money. But I got it for the low price of $20. Issue number 16. This by itself is somewhere about a $30 to $40 book because it was short run. FemForce number 19. The first comic book that Greg Horn worked on. Secondary market, somewhere about $50. This is the very first Greg Horn work in comics right here. #28. Very, very short run issue and book here. Again, another book that runs about $30 to $40 here. Yep, I know. I always talked about that, and a lot of people have no clue about how good this series really was, and slept on it. It's kind of like how you go, indies from the 80s. This is, primarily indies from the 80s type deal. Then we got another copy of issue 29. This is either like my fifth or sixth, probably fifth or sixth copy of issue number 30, which I always tell people issue number 30 and issue 32 are key issues here, because issue 30 is the first appearance of Garganta, and issue 32 is the return of Garganta, because they thought that she was lost and everything to that magnitude, and she finally made a return back and became part of FemForce lore from that point forward and actually joined. People don't realize about the story of Dr. Carol Heisler, but that's a whole different story here. And then there is issue 31, another copy of issue 31, another copy of issue 64 with Brad Gorby artwork here. And then the last book in new comic book pickups for this week here is FemForce 68. So there it is. Yep. Parallax loves FemForce. Yep, I accidentally sold some FemForce to one of your friends, Parallax, when you were bringing people to Rob and I's claim sale long ago. Yep. Yeah, people have been sleeping on it. Surprisingly enough, issue 1 is not really all that expensive compared to where is it? Compared to that one. Because this was Greg Horn's first artwork, both cover and interiors. This book is covers a pricey sum here. But, most indies from the 80s don't really grab that big of value unless it's like a well-known series here. Yeah, FemForce is like Spawn, all the 100 issues. Oh, yeah. Tell me about it. Because I got a good chunk of the series. I don't have the more recent books. I think, give me a second here. I got my phone here. I got my CLZ app here. And I'm willing to show you guys what we're looking at as far as FemForce is concerned. So I'm not missing an issue until after 108. And then after that, it gets very, very spotty. So I'm trying to see if I could get this into focus where it could focus in here. So yeah, it's kind of focusing in here. So See, I don't have it to 174. I have all the way to like 108. Then I missed 109, 110, then 111, missing 112, 113. And then from like 113 to like 123, I'm missing that chunk here. Got 124, then missed 125, then 126. And then from 126 to 130, 36, I'm missing that chunk. And then I got 137 to 142. Missing 143, then 144 to 178, missing 178. Then the next one after that is 186, and then from 186 I got 203 through 205. So I'm missing the 200 issue, the celebratory 200 issue, 201 and 202. So those they just want too much money for those books now, and I just don't understand. I don't understand post 120. They want too much money. It's like you used to be able to get them for like $10 cover price, $10 for what they used to go for. Now you're paying anywhere between $20 to $40 a pop for those books. It's just weird because I pulled it from Midtown Comics. It's like they literally got every comic printed every month. I have every issue of Super Bass and Heroine's Heaven. I don't have Heroine's Heaven. I don't collect that at all. And then Super Bass is a newer series, and I know I don't have all of those, and I don't think I have it categorized or at least cataloged as of yet. I know I have some, but not all. I only found my issue number 2 for Super Bass so far, but I know I have more. But I have other things that you might not have. Parallax. That's the reason why I was asking you what were you missing here, because I got I only have one of those, but I have Film Force features Giantess, Film Force, the illustrated history of the Film Force, the House of Horror. I think I only have one. I think I got all 3. I think it was more than 3. Yeah, I'm missing 4 or 5 of the pinup portfolios here, but I got the first 3. Film Force Up Close, I have all the tail end of that series. So I have issue 5 and 8 through 11 here. I believe it only went 11 issues, so I'm missing like the beginning of it. I have Film Force Origins. I think I made certain that you got a copy of that. I have Night of the Demon. I have the Fantastic one shot. So yeah, that's why I was up here. It's like trying to get you to let me know what holes you are missing here. Yeah, I believe I have 2 through 50 with no skips, and like 50, 53 to 100, like more than half of them. Now, since I have the first 100 without no skips, if I need to know if I have enough of enough duplicates, I'm willing just to give you those missing ones for you to have a complete run. So I need to know here. I have like 5 issues between. Wow. Only 5? Sheesh. I have more than that. I have more than that, to be quite honest here, but that's something that we need to talk about off the air here. I thank you for the New Mutants here, but I definitely got to get those numbers from you before I can make certain that you get your missing Film Force stuff, because I remember, like I said, it's not about I remember. It's like I was working on that for you. I was working on helping you fill in your Film Force. I forgot what was the other one. It was Film Force and one other title that you was looking to get, because you've been asking for us, like, I want a Film Force 1. I want a Film Force 1. I've been begging the pirate to go ahead and find his. He never found it, so I went out there at eBay, got you one. And now, let's see, that are going to get graded. That's going to storage. But now, since I got all of these extras of that, I need to know what's going on as far as what's missing here. Now, the later 100s, I don't have duplicates, but the early stuff I do. I have a lot of duplicates because people will sell off those Film Force not knowing what they actually have in hand. Sinister. Don't mind me. I'm just putting things in a box where it could close up nice and neat like so. See, I've been telling you it's kind of a secret when I actually get them, when I actually find them. A lot of times I find people who don't know much about the series, and I get it from them probably somewhere between $4 to $5 a pop a book. That's how I was able to get my missing 3 for $20 because I felt guilty about getting them for like, $8 a pop. Yeah. You who missed the pirate. Yeah, he kind of let us down on the getting an extra copy of Film Force 1. But since then, you saw it firsthand. You saw it firsthand. I was able to get at least 2 more since we put the APB out with him, and he didn't come through. It's not his fault per se that he couldn't come through. It's just more along the line. Sometimes that just happens. I'm trying to think, is there any other books that's in this? Oh yeah, that's have to go and get graded. The Shazam 1. I put that in my grade to be graded pile. Okay. So, as I put things up here, let me go ahead and go into the accountability aspect here, the updates and accountability. I was successfully able to get the Christmas graphics out on time. I was almost about to be like, sorry folks, I didn't make it on time. Something had, well, I can't even say something had happened. It would be more dishonesty in that aspect, but I just flat out didn't get it done in time, but I did. I finally got those Christmas graphics out to my mailing list. I hope that you enjoyed the 3. Instead, it usually is 2. It usually is 2, but this time it's 3 because we're introducing Legends of the Giantess Slayer in 2026. So we did one for Christmas for 2026. So those who are on the mailing list, you got brand new graphics for the brand new title that's coming in 2026. Come New Year's Day, you're going to get 3 more. One for Amazonia, one for Primetime Saturday Night, and one from Legends of the Giantess Slayer here, just to get you guys acclimated and everything. Like I said, this is a gift between you and me here for the new year. I am working on another chapter for one of the stories in Legends of the Giantess Slayer. As of right now, I got four pages of graphics done out of the 8 pages for this chapter. So I got 4 more pages to do here. That is in addition to doing graphics for Primetime Saturday Night number 6 here. And we got Beanie saying, I knew he had it. He told me and he kept it secret. What did he keep secret? What did Pirate keep secret? Did the pirate keep the fact that he had one secret and did not want to share with the rest of the class? The fact that I was going to end up buying it and giving it to your mom because she asked for it? No, you told me I got. Oh yeah, yeah. I know you didn't tell her. I told her. I told her here. I told her on the show. I told her on the show. If you guys don't believe me, hold on, hold on. I'm grabbing everybody's stuff there because I can't separate the two. Ow. Old man pains. Can't stand it. The price of getting older. There is your mother's copy. And just to prove that there's two separate copies, hold on. We're going to prove that we're not fibbing. we don't like fibbing here. See, two separate. This is your mom's. This is the new one that came in the mail. That's your mom's. This is the one that came in the mail. So we don't fib. Now, like I said, I grabbed everybody's stuff here because, like I told, as Parallax say, AA Ron. So he's getting his Marvel Tales 259 and 282. I still got that right here. I had it in bubble wrap here in a Gemini mailer. So I'm keeping that stuff nice and neat and tight for them. And there might be more Marvel Tales coming. I haven't finished going through all of my books in storage, but that's the beginnings here. And I'm beginning to believe that this one right here is Elaine's stuff. And in Elaine's box, she has the Spider-Woman #1, a Cat #1, and a Tiger, Marvel Chillers 3 second Tigra. So that's in her. And no, if she's watching that one, no, you cannot have the brand new the other one that I just had here. This one I'm probably going to end up sending in to get graded, even though I have one graded. It's just too pretty. It's just too pretty not to preserve. But that's what's actually happening. That is actually what's going on. That's what we're going to end up doing with all of these different issues and everything like that. So everything is going to be nice and pretty and put up and out the way. It's like you two are plot. How are we plotting against you if we're plotting for you? You're benefiting for having books that you don't have to pay for. How is plotting against you? Don't show. I have to buy you in 2 minutes. Yeah, I could use the other copies. Thanks. Yep, I told you. It was like those. I got those pulled aside. I just haven't sent them because I rather send a group of books instead of the one here and 2 there. It's like I'd rather get enough together to be like, okay, I got a full Gemini. Let me go ahead and send it out. Or I got a full, priority box. Let me go ahead and send it out. One or the other. But I need to put these into my to be graded pile. I think I might send the other Bellet. Other Origin of Bellet. Unless they could do wonders with the pressing. But yeah. It is what it is. But getting back to the accountability, I got I'm still working on the New Year's graphics. I just got to put the finishing touches and the lettering, finish up the lettering and everything, because the New Year's ones are actual one panel shorts. So it's not like I'm just doing like a pinup. I'm actually telling stories and giving kind of like a preview via telling a story. So that's something to be looking forward to come New Year's Day. The ones for Christmas, I didn't do it at, I didn't send it out exactly at midnight on Christmas Day. It was later on in the day because I wasn't able to finish the graphics until I think it was sometime close to 4 p.m. on Christmas Day. Is when everything got sent out and emailed out and everything to that magnitude. So we're going to do the exact same thing for New Year's Day. Matter of fact, since we're here for Christmas here, and no, I'm not drinking alcohol. I wanted to make certain. What did it say there? It says sparkling red grape juice. It's not alcoholic. We don't do alcohol. We don't do alcohol on stream here. I'm still debating if I'm going to do something Christmas Eve. That's going to be up to you. Normally Christmas Eve we do gaming. I play different video games and stuff here, but I don't think the laptop can take it since I moved over to Windows 11 per se. I don't think the memory and stuff would handle it just as well as it did a couple of years ago. And besides, I had to recently replace the hard drive to this laptop so I could have production again to keep everything up and running. So it is up to you guys if we do a show or not come Christmas Eve. If not Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. If not, then we're still going to have our show that following Saturday. And we probably talk about all the other stuff that went on for Christmas Eve and everything to that magnitude here. Which brings us to tonight's topic here. It's like, what is the plans for next year? Well, we already talked about one, which is the release of Legends of the Giants and Slayer. I'm still rather hesitant in releasing it, but I feel more comfortable now knowing that people are willing to accept the fact that I'm doing something that is more adult related as far as the over 18 type stuff. I have shown issues to at least the graphics and stuff to other people, and some people have read some of the chapters in there, and they kind of enjoy it. It's not overly serious. It's kind of, you missed it. I showed your Film Force #1 again. You missed it. And made certain that people know that the one that I showed for new comic book pickups of the week is a different one than the one that I bought for you. So you missed it. So now you have to wait until the replay to see it. Oh, you saw that. Okay. I think I need to get, well, I don't have, well, actually, I do have a cup. Hold on. There's my cup right here. Make it easy. Smarter, not harder. Anyway. Okay, so the good thing about it is that one of the reasons why I was hesitant, because I kind of felt that it kind of sullies your reputation for your other stuff, but the stuff that I'm doing the stories for, people actually like, and they could separate the two, that I'm not really going like truly hardcore as far as the more adult stuff is concerned, but it will have more nudity and all the other stuff. in it. So that's the reason why I'm doing, the first attempt of doing something that's more not safe for work here. Yep. I got a whole short box of your favorite comic, favorite character today. I mean, not, yeah. You told me that you got a whole bunch of Batman. You sold Film Force not to her. Batmans. Yep. Yep. But that happens, you get what you get, and it's like, I spent it's like today was one of those days. It's like Cheap Comic Collector had a show today, and Parallax and I was there watching it. I spent like 5 times more than what she spent on that show. She only spent 3, I spent 15. Not because of the stuff that was really there being advertised or being sold. It was just more along the lines, I believe I was just missing more stuff than she was. But saying all that to say that's also part of the plan for next year. I'm going to slowly throttle down my comic book collecting. Not to say that I'm giving up collecting. I'm throttling down, meaning that I'm really going to focus more on particular titles and getting the missing issues for runs that I really care about. So that means I probably want to put more effort into Volume 1 Wonder Woman, because that's my key series that I still missing issues in. If I could get around to it, finishing up the tail end of Film Force, but like I said, that's going to be extra money and everything to that magnitude. But there's other series that I've came across that make me want to go back and see if I could collect all of it. Things such as, Inferior 5, Angel and the Ape, the original Night Nurse series. Well, Phantom Lane getting into the golden age, and that's going to be a lot of money. So that's up. That's like, kind of like that lukewarm. If I have the money, I would go back and start collecting Sensation comics and stuff to that magnitude. But I know that's not going to happen like right away. But at least with Wonder Woman, I have enough of those older books to say I have a good shot of completing it. I have a very good shot of completing it. Will I be able to do it? It is what it is. Well, yeah, I kind of figured that he's going to be on while I'm on, but I'm not going to cut my show short just to go back over there to, to buy books just as of yet, because you guys are more important to me, unless you guys say, hey, let's all go over there, because we got a lot of people who don't know who Rob is, or Cheap Comic Collector is on YouTube. It would be kind of rude to those who are not familiar with him to just cut the show to go over to him. Will you have a top 10 titles top 10 titles I am collecting as of right now? And only reason I go into my CLZ app because it's easier. It's easier for me to make certain I get titles right. The ones that are absolute: Wonder Woman, whether it be the normal series or absolute, I consider them one and the same. So Wonder Woman, that's number one on the list. I start back to filling in modern X-Men. And when I talk about modern X-Men, I'm talking about Uncanny and the X-Men series. So I consider that one. So I'm going back to finishing up Volume 4, Volume 5, and the most recent series of X-Men. So that's number 2 on the list. Catwoman, this number 3. I have everything for Catwoman all the way up to the present, minus one issue. And I believe that issue, I want to say it's like issue 61 or 60 something here. Give me 1 second. 68. And that's in the current run. If I had issue 68, I would have everything from beginning to end. Only thing would be missing is whatever the next current issue is. So Catwoman is number 3 on that list. The problem here is now we're getting to the stuff that are not ongoing titles. And if they come up, I will collect them. We have things such as Fire and Ice. And when we're talking about Fire and Ice, we're talking about DC Fire and Ice. Right now, I believe it is Fire and Ice, something out of hell. That is being collected here. Gotham City Sirens, I believe the last short mini series of that just finished up, which is Gotham City Sirens Out in Orbit. Let's see. Other ones that I'm looking at. The Spirit. And when I talk about the Spirit, it is mainly the kitchen sink run and anything dealing with the magazine, because I'm trying to finish up both the magazine run and the kitchen sink comic book run. So that's 5. No, 6. That's 6. I'm trying to think anything that's ongoing series here. Right now, I don't collect everything G.I. Joe, but I am collecting the newer G.I. Joe stuff. But I wouldn't say that's on my must. I just about finished up everything Spider-Woman except for Spider-Woman Volume 2. So Volume 2 of Spider-Woman is not the one that is the volume that is not Jessica. No, Volume 3. The one that is not Jessica Drew nor Julia Carpenter. That's the one that I'm missing here. So that's one that's like, that's kind of like back burner. But that gives you kind of like an idea of what I do collect and what I actually have here. Yeah, I love CCC. I'm Joe Booster, first and foremost. Yep. Leia's pull list. Wonder Woman Tarot, Film Force, Super Babes, Heroine's Haven. So she gets the harder to get AC comics because Super Babes, I believe, comes out every quarter now. That's not a monthly series, but then again, Film Force has moved back to a quarterly series anyway. Heroine's Haven is something that's new. Fantastic Four, Daredevil, Laura Kinney Wolverine, Power Girl, Poison Ivy, and Harley Quinn. That's solid. Oh, Birds of Prey. I still get all of Birds of Prey. That's an ongoing series. I have all of Birds of Prey except for the most recent issues here. So I have all those different volumes without missing it until the newer issues, until it gets canceled. They still saying that Birds of Prey is on the chopping block to get canceled. Absolute Wonder Woman, that's an automatic. Martian Manhunter is not. Ultimate Spider-Man, no. Witchblade is a no. But most of my pull list is pretty much now Wonder Woman, Absolute Wonder Woman, Catwoman, G.I. Joe. If it's still running, Darkwing Duck. From time to time, Gargoyles, Birds of Prey. I'm just thinking about the stuff that Flames of the Phoenix pulls for me here. I know I missed a couple. The Popeye series, if it's still running, the I Like Popeye, if it's still running, that gets pulled. Uncanny X-Men. It feels like I'm missing something. That's eight. That's nine. The Magic series that already ended. Fire and Ice. Fire and Ice is another one. The Gotham City Sirens one had already stopped, so that's no there's no more no other ones coming here. That's pretty much it, I guess. Current current volume 5. Current Catwoman. I got everything else. It'll be the current Catwoman 68. Not really. Not really. I mean, she's good. Cassandra is good in Birds of Prey, but I'm not a big fan of hers as far as her being Batwoman or Batgirl. Or as Big Bar calls her, Little Bat. Oh, that's not too. It's like that's not too bad, Little Bat. Yeah, that's the fun thing here. Yeah, the AC books are quarterly and tarot is bi-monthly. I missed the fact that Film Force used to be a monthly. Because I remember it used to be a monthly, then they went to quarterly, then went back to monthly, and then after I believe it was like 112 or 113, and went back to quarterly. It was just weird. Yeah. Oh, it's like I get it when I go and pick it up and pick my bookies. Okay. So you want to get the 68? Yeah, I like her Batgirl when she didn't talk. Yeah, we're not talking about the movie. I'm talking about in the current incarnation of Birds of Prey. She's okay in that one, but then again, she doesn't do a lot of talking in Birds of Prey either. She's kind of like the covert scout type spy that works for the group here, and that's kind of like the key thing that I like. But that's the whole thing about Barda. I love Barda in Birds of Prey, and I love the dynamic between her and Dinah, because Dinah gives Barda a lot of respect. And the fact of the matter is, it's like both of them are leaders, but Barda is the better leader by far, by far. But Barda has enough respect for Dinah to let Dinah grow into the leader that she's supposed to be. But the other thing about Barda is overprotective about her teammates. So if you miss a check-in and all this other stuff, for some reason that old school mother hen comes out in her. And she will whoop anybody's ass until she finds out what happened to you. And that's kind of like the thing. That's kind of like the thing that makes this incarnation of Birds of Prey so much better, because the older Birds of Prey is like, yeah, there was some infighting and everything, but this one, everybody has a particular role that they play, and there's respect. There's so much respect about who does what and how well they do their job, that when there gets to that conflict, when that conflict where somebody about to get ready to step over that line, it gets dealt with immediately and respectfully. Yeah, after the COVID. Yep. I know, but the movie was so. Yeah, I know. I have to go back and rewatch it. But the major thing that made me hate the movie was it was not just Birds of Prey. It was Harley Quinn in the Birds of Prey. I was like, Harley is not the purpose of Birds of Prey. Yeah, she's in it. She's even in this incarnation, but she's not the focal point. She was never meant to be the focal point. They was just trying to get over, to make the money on the more popular character. Period. Yeah, that was like, yeah, that's what I know. Quite intensive. Yep. Batgirl full mask. Yep. That's some good stuff. Okay, gotta run. Peace and congratulations on the film. Yeah, thank you very much. But that's the key. That kind of like the key thing and everything with the whole movie. It's just that they made it so much centered around Harley that it really wasn't to me a Birds of Prey movie. Just like the second Suicide Squad movie. The Suicide Squad movie would have been perfectly fine without the whole Harley side story. I did not need the whole Harley Quinn side story. The second Suicide Squad movie was good by itself without the extra drama. But that's just me. I can't speak for everybody else here. Now, the first Suicide Squad movie, it was missing a few other things, and then the whole Joker side story hurt that movie so much that it just like, ugh. I mean, get it, I get it. It's like it was the whole thing about having Jared Leto do whatever he does as the Joker, but the fact of the matter is the way that they tried to play it up was the Joker eventually realized how much he fell for Harley and finally decided, oh, I'm about to go do something to break her out after the fact that they did whatever mission that they did. And it's like, yeah, they don't need that side story. It never meant that side story. It never needed to be in that movie. It was dumb. Just like with the Harley Quinn side story about, okay, she finally, really cut her ties from the Joker and this, that, and the other. She got over it, this, that, and the other. And the other dude kind of fell for her. It's just like, we don't need that. We don't need the Harlequin romance type nonsense in this Suicide Squad movie. It is what it is. Ewan McGregor, fucking awesome and BOP. Yeah, we got to get some more Batfleck. Yep. He did surprise us at playing a good both Batman and a Bruce Wayne. And the only good thing about the Justice League movie, the theatrical one, was the confrontation with Diana. He came at Diana. It's like, we would have never needed him if he would have just stepped up and been the figurehead that people needed way back then 100 years ago. That conversation and how he broke it down to her was accurate. It's like Bruce would say something like that. That direct and been that honest with Diana. It's like, we would have never needed Superman if you would have did your job 100 years ago. Yep, you here for 80 years. What the fuck is wrong with you? There was a lot of stuff. There was a lot of stuff that they did dealing with her character that just didn't make any sense when they brought her into the cinematic universe. Such as, why start with World War One? She was a World War II heroine, but they put her back in World War One, and it's like, oh, this timeline is going to be askew. But it is what it is. True. They added more stuff in the Snyder cut, but at the same time, it's still the same movie. It still had the same effect. Steppenwolf was still a lackluster supervillain to have in the first Justice League movie. They should have just gone ahead and just got have them to fight Darkseid, and instead of what they did, but it is what it is. I would die on this hill. Well, that's the problem with having a studio heads who don't know how to tell a story, having the final word when it gets to the cutting room floor. It had nothing to do with the direction or anything. It's just when it got to the cutting room floor, you have all these executive producers who gave these movies all this money, saying, "I don't like this, I don't like that. Let's cut out this, let's cut out that." Oh, we got all these different notes that you have to make certain, cut and chop and do everything you need to do to fit it within this so many minutes. In doing so, they messed up that part of the movie, just like how they did with Batman v Superman. With Batman v Superman, I did not see the theatrical version first. I saw the special edition first. So when I went back to watch the theatrical version, I was like, oh, now I understand why people were so upset with this movie. Because there was stuff that was cut out of the theatrical one where the full one explained. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like in the 2 minutes of when Hippolytus shoots the arrow. Yeah. Again, all of that is just stuff that they chopped it. Just like with the movie that we don't talk about anymore, Wonder Woman 84. I'm wondering what scenes were really cut out of that would have made that movie better. I know that there was a lot of stuff that got to get cut out of that movie because the movie doesn't make any sense. Yeah, yeah, in both Batman v Superman, they showed you when Batman doesn't get the kryptonite, and then he just has it. And it's like I want to see him get the damn kryptonite. Just like in the extended cut, in the extended cut, he Ben Affleck had the conversation with Clark's mom just before he went into that building to save him. I wonder if that was in the theatrical. Cause I don't remember that scene being in the theatrical movie when he was in the so-called Batwing before he went into the building. They just had the batarang just in case, where it was both. And yeah, but again, oh, we don't need to see that. I bet you that was one of those executive producers. We control the money. We don't want to see that. It will be okay. People could put two and two together. It's like, yeah, we could put two and two together, but it just, yeah. But it is what it is for right now. Just like, oh, it's like with Wonder Woman 84. I would have been happy. I would have been happy if most of the movie would have been on Paradise Island, because there was to me, it's like the story, there was more story to be told there before we get into the train wreck that happened afterwards. It's like you told the story about her being a little girl and the life lesson that she was supposed to learn, and then all of a sudden you cut to the mall scene of a fight that just didn't make any sense whatsoever. It's like, no, it's like whoever did that just did not know any storytelling whatsoever. Yeah, exactly. There's no need to do the shift forward for that life lesson. You just could have gone right into the whole thing about what was going on with the Philosopher's Stone. You did not need the extra fight scene. But that's a whole nother can of worms. And again, I would still hold up that very first Wonder Woman movie as what we needed to have a theatrical Wonder Woman movie to be. That was your shining example of what a Wonder Woman movie needed to be. And then they followed up with some nonsense. And a way to hide Wonder Woman in your half naked American flag attire. And, See, now you're making me think about the little girl that she kind of like, it kind of like made it seem it's like, hey, it's like, hey, you could grow up to do this too. I was like, nah, nah, nah. Nah, but that whole mall fight should have never been in that movie. It just yeah. Exactly. In Justice League, she slaps her braces together. So together she does the same damage the bomb, yeah, would have. Yep. But then again, like I said, they went from doing something right to doing that character so wrong. You hid for 80 years. That should have been you. She was up here. It's like, I gotta have a life too. I was like, I'm not a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. Saving the U.S. Army and winning the war did not make her millions of dollars. I'm sorry. The bad guys all dead. The police force having critical dead. I see you. Good job. Oh my goodness. You want to know what the irony of all of that was? That would have been something that Superman would have done in the comic books. They make certain characters just don't do haphazard stuff in these movies, and other ones is like, you're right. Beak, boo. It's like, It's like, okay, that was clear. And just like it's just certain things that I just see cinematically. It's just like even with Batman v Superman, the fact that Diana held her own against the so-called Doomsday wannabe monster. It's just like, okay, so what was the purpose of having Superman be like half over whatever kryptonite poisoning to come back to help fight? They just needed him to do what per se? Just to get the final blow in because Diana pretty much handled everything until he was so called better enough to actually fight. Yeah, he would have pulled your move. That's your move. You would throw people to the sun. That's what you do. You throw people to the sun. Yeah, because Kryptonite, Batman or Wonder Woman was totally couldn't stab Zod Day. Oh my goodness. That whole storytelling is like she was holding her own without really breaking a sweat. He gets a couple of cheap shots in to make her winded. And it's like, oh, now we need Superman. It's like, no, we don't. No, we don't. It's like you created a bad scenario where it's like, oh, we need this special kryptonite tip to do some damage to Zod Day. It has to be Superman to do it because, again, Superman is in the title. It has to be Superman. It couldn't be Batman. Batman don't have no super strength to push it into him. No, we don't. It's like we don't. It's like no, we don't. Wonder Woman smiled. It was like, oh, I don't have to hold back. Roar song. Again, comic book wise, that's what she would have did. It's like she would have been like, oh, that was a good one. Let me show you something. Let me show you this new technique I picked up. Again, comic book Diana held her own against the actual Doomsday. They went toe to toe at least twice in the Doomsday run when they was up here trying to deal with Doomsday. She fought him heads up twice. The second time, he did get the better of her. The first time, she held her own until it's like, okay, fine, I'm just here to tide you over until we can get Superman. No, that's what she did. No, that's exactly what she did. It's like tapped the one good time. It's like she got up. It's like, oh, okay. It just went full bore, just went head on. Like she was like that was pretty much it. The cinematic one, that's pretty much what you have to do. You pretty much have to kill her. The cinematic Wonder Woman, that's pretty much what I think you got to do. I think people forgot what happened to said sniper. The whole Diana Shield moment. After shoulder blocking a tank, it was not just a shoulder block to like stop it. She put a sizable dent in a World War I tank. So this is not light bendable metal. This is like thick steel that she shoulder blocked into, put a sizable dent to knock it on its side. Then, with the help of two other people, catapulted into a sniper's tower and pretty much blew it up. It came crumbling down after she dealt with the sniper. You think you're going to be able to not stop her if she feels that, oh, I could go full bore now without killing her? It's like you're just asking for a butt whipping. That's the whole thing. It's like even with the fight against Barbara Minerva in '84, the two fights that they had, the one in the White House said it all. You're not getting away until you kill me. She was like, okay, fine. I know you. I was like, I'm losing my power, but you're not as experienced as I am. You're gonna have to kill me to stop to make me stop to make me stop coming after you. Fortunately for her, she was able to make it escape because of the simple fact that I believe something happened with Steve. Steve got caught up into something. And because of her own injuries and everything, she had to let Barbara go. And then the second fight, it pretty much was like, she was like, I'm about to let you I'm trying to give you mercy. I don't have to go full bore anymore. But when she was in that full bore mode, it's like, oh, it's going to be you or me. One of us going to die. Roar! Diana doesn't play. If you get her into that mode, she doesn't play. She really don't play. Not one bit. But anyway, I think that's going to be it for tonight here, because I don't think I have too much more to say as far as what's going to happen next year. We got Legends of the Giantess Slayer coming out. I'm still trying to figure out about getting the ISBN numbers for the Primetime Saturday Night role-playing game, which I'm trying to have to come out next year. We're definitely going to have Primetime Saturday Night number 6 and 8 out next year. If luck has it, it will be Amazonia 8 and 9 coming out next year. Issue 6, possibly 7 of Primetime Saturday Night, and issue 5 of AWF, the long overdue issue number 5 to come out too. But that's pretty much it in the bigger scheme of things. I kind of wish I could do more conventions, but because of my 9 to 5, I can't. I'm still going to be able to do C2E2, but doing local events does not yield enough profit for me to make it worthwhile for me. It's just, it is what it is. So be looking forward to Legends of the Giantess Slayer in March of 2026 here. We're going to try to have Primetime Saturday Night sometime available around then too, sometime between March and April, no later than May. And then Amazonia 8 should be sometime about June, July. So until next week, live life, grow, and be well. Since we're ending early, make certain that you hit up Cheap Comic Book Collector. I believe he has a $3 sale going on right now if it's not over with here, because it's I think it's only 30 something minutes here. I think he only does like a few boxes, so you should have enough time to jump over there to take a look at his wares. So until next week, live life, grow, and be well, and we are out of here. Have a good rest of your week, and I will see you next year. laugh, giggle, giggle next weekend, next Saturday. We'll be in 2026. See you later. Bye.